Good morning, Greenwich. This is Mrs. Smith with your morning announcements. Today is Tuesday, March 24th. Celebrating birthdays today are Mason in 5th grade and Christian in kindergarten. Happy birthday, Mason and Christian. This month's character trait is courage. Courage is standing up for what you believe in despite what others may say and doing the right thing even when it's hard.
Hi boys and girls, this is Mr. Harrington. Mrs. English had asked if there was anything us teachers were doing to pass the time. One of those things that I like to do is tap trees to make maple syrup. Now it's a long process, but there's lots of tools that go with it. But what we'll do is I'll show you a little bit of the process and the tools that you can use that maybe you can make some old maple syrup on your property someday. So stay with me. First tool you'll need is a drill. The drill is what you use to tap the tree. You drill it in about 2 inches at a slight upward angle. We'll go over that in a second. Second thing you need would be a hammer. A hammer is used to hammer in the spile or the tap into the tree, and that's where the sap actually flows out of. And what you attach to the spile is the bucket. The bucket is attached with a lid to keep any debris or rainwater or snow out of your sap. Now before you tap trees, you should try to find the trees that make the best syrup. Do you know what tree makes the best syrup? Now if you said a maple tree, you'd be correct. Which one of these 2 leaves belongs to a maple tree? This is a maple leaf. This is an oak leaf. These are very obvious differences between the maple and the oak. Here in Easton, we have many oaks and many maples, and when they lose their leaves in the wintertime, it's hard to tell sometimes the difference. But once you get good at telling the difference, you should try to find the maple tree for tapping. Once you find your maple tree, you want to come up about 3 feet off the ground, and you want to drill in at about a little bit of an upward angle, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, depending. What that does is allows the sap to run out of the tree and flow down into the bucket. Just like that. Now when you place the spile, you want to slide it in and you want to give it a couple taps with the hammer. And what that does is that allows it to be nice and snug and it won't pull out at the weight of the bucket. Now hanging the bucket is simple. There's a simple little hole right there. You slide it into the hook like so. This, you take the lid, can't do it one-handed. Slide it on, slide this through. And this keeps the debris out. When the sap starts to run later this afternoon, you should be able to hear it hitting the bottom of the bucket. Now, what makes sap run is when it gets above freezing during the day and below freezing at night. And for every sapping operation, you always have a couple helpers. What? You got it? You sure? Hold it up right here so you can see. Right there. Now, in order to boil your sap, I don't know if Peyton's getting this. You got to make sure that you have some way to heat the sap to get it to boil. You can use it, some people do it inside on their stoves. I have a wood boiler that I'll show you in a second. But so we use wood. So you got to cut your own wood. Go ahead.
Here's where the boiler is. Here's where we put the wood in. Here's where we boil it.
And here's the evaporator. On the one end here is where we add the wood. Obviously there's no wood in it right now because it's not running. Here are our boil pans. You'd put sap into both of these pans to get them to boil. And then as it gets to boil, you would move the sap from this pan to this pan. And this is where the syrup would end up being in the end. And that's obviously where the smoke would come out. And that's our evaporator. Right, Tanner?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
All right, boys and girls, we're back inside. We are now going to go through how we would finish the process of making the maple syrup. Right, Peyton?
Yep.
Right, Tanner?
Yeah.
All right. What we're going to do is go through a couple more tools. First thing we'd have to do is we'd have to bring the almost finished syrup inside, and we would put it on the stove top on a pan.
No.
Hey, get out of there. In a pan, okay?
I forgot.
Once it gets to where we think it's about ready, we use a tool called the hydrometer, and it tests the syrup to see if it's classified as syrup, right?
Yeah.
Once this little tool right here tells me that it's syrup, we take it off and we put it into these fancy bottles that I'll show you in a second. But we would put the hydrometer into this cylinder, and if it floats at the right mark, then it's syrup. We would then put this into a bottle that looks like this. This is our funnel, and we'd funnel and we would strain our syrup to get all the little particles or anything that's left that's not supposed to be there out. Right, Peyton? Right, Tanner?
Yeah.
Okay. When we're
All the big things.
Big things. When we're done, you can use your syrup many different ways, right? Pancakes,
Pancakes, ice cream,
waffles,
waffles. I think
maybe
you guys
even add some to your milk, right?
Yeah, and you use some on your ice cream.
Use some on your ice cream, and that's how Peyton and I like to use our syrup the
On
most.
this vanilla ice cream.
Right, okay? So, what we're gonna do now is we are gonna put some in some bowls, and we're gonna have ourselves some ice cream. Right, Peyton?
Yes. With some maple syrup.
Okay. But, I hope everybody's hanging in there. All right, I hope you guys learned something about making maple syrup.
Yep, and...
Let's get out of there, Tanner. All right, and we're going to sign out, and then maybe we'll make another video for another announcement. All right?
And have a good day, boys and girls.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Remember, boys and girls, to be kind to yourself and to others, and to be responsible, and to be the best you can be. The choice is yours. Have a great day, Greenwich.
I kind of like my trappings. I just took a tub. Look at my hair. Thank you, school kids, but this is being each Harrington, and that's the end.